Hello, my name is Agatha and I'm going to explain how the tarot reading for the month of August 2016 is going to work. I'm going to use two decks. I'm going to use the Mystical Wisdom card deck, and I'm going to draw one card as a general advice for the month of August for all signs, for each sign. And then for the main reading I'm going to use the Chrysalis Tarot. And the main reading I'm going to use the Gypsy Spread, which is 21 cards and in 7 columns. And in the first row I'm going to talk about work. The second row I'm going to talk about family. The third row or column I'm going to talk about luck and wants and what you desire. The fourth row I'm going to talk about friendship. The fifth row or column I'm going to talk about love and sex, and then the sixth row it's about your plans and your goals, and the seventh row I'm going to talk about your personal project for the month of August 2016. And this is going to be beginning of the month, middle of the month, and end of the month. So beginning of the month is from the 1st to 10th of August, and then the middle of the month is going to be from the 11th to the 20th of August, and then the end of the month is going to be from the 21st to the 31st of August. And that's it. Let's go to your reading. Hello, Cancer. This is the tarot reading for the month of August for you. August 2016, the oracle card that came out for you, Cancer, was Dreams. Believe in your dreams. It's beautiful. So you should believe in your dreams. Also, you should realize that it will take strength and courage to fulfill them, to make them come true, but you should believe in them from the beginning. And then on the first column, on the first row, connected with your work, with your profession. The card that came out for you, was the Corsair, Knight of Spirals, which is the Knight of Swords, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, no, the Knight of Wands, in traditional decks. So in the beginning of the month, you have the Corsair. Connected to your work life or to your career, to your profession. Maybe you take a risk, maybe you, Cancer, decide to take a risk. Not necessarily a calculated risk, but something that will bring you success if it pans out to your work life. If it's not that, maybe it's a new boss with whom you are dealing, and this person might be very strong-willed, extremely independent. He kind of might behave like a Corsair. He might be giving you and everyone else advice on how to. Let's say that you are in sales, for instance. I'm just going to give this as an example. You are in sales, okay? And this person is giving advice to everyone in your company to increase the sales, okay? To increase the amount of sales that you do. Not necessarily that he or she is pushing you, but just open up your mind on how you could do your work in a different way, or it's you taking a calculated risk, and then at the middle, not calculated, taking a risk, which is not calculated. In the middle of the month in your work life, you have the Nine of Scrolls or the Nine of Swords. You kind of feel very sad, depressed, almost in despair, because whatever risk you took didn't pan out the way you wanted. I don't think it was something like crash and burn, no. I think you did have some sort of success, but not exactly the way that you wanted. And you're feeling sad for it, you're feeling kind of depressed because of that. And then at the end of the month, you have the Seven of Mirrors or the Seven of Cups. So in connection to your work life, to your job, you should be really aware of all the decisions that you can make. You should be discern them well. So there could be good decisions, there could be good paths, and there could be bad decisions. So try to figure it out, or try to understand what would be the good decisions. Just don't automatically think that every single decision will be good or will be bad, because some decisions might really contribute for success in your work life. You just have to figure it out, what would be the good ones and the bad ones, and you should trust in your intuition but not in your fears. This is work, and then connected with your family, in the column, in the row connected with your family. In the beginning of the month, you have the Celtic owl, or in traditional decks called the Hangman. I think you might be talking to someone in your family who might be very wise, who sees things from a different perspective, and who has an ability like the owl. The owl sees in the night. Many animals don't have that ability. This person might have an ability to see things in a way that others don't see it. So you are talking with this person. This person is like giving you like a broader perspective, even a more spiritual perspective in terms of life. He or she might be connected with with religion somehow. Some, not necessarily, could be like a priest or a nun or something like that. Not necessarily. And then in the middle of the month, Cancer, you have the storyteller, the hermit. So you might be talking to another person, I would say, within your family. And this person could be connected with universities or with the academic life, some sort. But this person could be a very serious studious, someone who studies something, kind of scientifically minded type of person, but at the same time with a spiritual dimension to him or her, or a metaphysical dimension to him or her. But he or she likes to be alone, that really enjoys his company or her company. But this person is spending time with you and probably just lending an ear. He or she is just listening to you, because maybe you, in the middle of the month, you are afraid of your decisions, the decisions that you took in terms of work. You kind of are overwhelmed with your feelings, and this person is just there, present to listen to you. And then in the end of the month, you have the acrobat, or the page of stones. And what does this mean? The acrobat of the page of stones. The page of stones is the page of pentacles. So, and this is a different meaning in traditional decks. In traditional decks, the page of, the stones could be the page of pentacles. It's a new energy, yes, but it's not an acrobat sort of type of energy. But here you might be dealing with someone who's younger than the other people in your family with whom you spoke. Could be this, and this person can be telling you something like, you should be more flexible, even in the way you think. In terms of and you shouldn't be so afraid of things. Because this is stones, this is pentacles and golds. Maybe this person who is younger than you is talking to you in terms of money, in terms of finances, and he or she is telling you, maybe if you want to advance, you should study more. Not necessarily going back to college or even taking training. It could be something as simple like, if you want to learn about that, he or she is telling you, go to the library and study, research that subject, just keep advancing your knowledge. And this person is giving you this sort of advice, just be cool, be lighter in your perspective, and keep advancing your knowledge. Or it could be that you are dealing with someone, again, who's younger in your family, and it could be a sibling, could be a son or a daughter, and this person is trying to figure it out, what will be his studies or her studies. So in terms, what will I study next year? What will I choose next year to study? And this could be like university studies, but not necessarily. It could be something in Portugal. I'm just giving you an example. In Portugal, on the 10th grade, so around 15, 16 years of age, we had to choose a path. There were like 5 different paths in terms of studies. And each different path would lead you to a set of choices in terms of university courses. So if I wanted, for instance, to be a doctor, I would have to choose, let's say, path A, which I didn't want to be. But if I would pick, path C or D, there would be less types of courses. I would not. The path that I choose was connected with literature, so I didn't have math. Now it's a bit different. So no math. I didn't pick that because of the no math thing, even though I hated math. I really did. I picked it because it gave me the choices of courses that I wanted were on that path. Okay, so this young person in your life, again, sibling, could be son, daughter, is kind of trying to figure it out. What do I want? And in terms of college courses, he or she will only have to make a decision 3 years from now. Okay, 3 years from now, but he or she already has to be on that path. Okay, it could be something like that. Someone within your family who's trying to figure out what will I choose. And then in the third row, connected with luck and what you wish for, in desires and wishes. In the beginning of the month, you have the 7 of spirals, or the 7 of wands. This could be you being defensive, very defensive, Cancer, kind of behaving like despair and kind of hiding because you're afraid. You are afraid of something, again, something connected with work life. And because you're being defensive, good luck doesn't manifest fully or the way you would wish that it would manifest. Or it could be that you are asserting your desires. You're defending what you want for you in the beginning of the month. In the middle of the month, you have the 5 of mirrors, which in traditional decks is called the 5 of cups. There could be like a regret because what you wish, something of what you wish, didn't pan out exactly the way that you wanted, or you had to sacrifice it somehow. That's why that connected with your work life, you kind of feel sad because something had to be sacrificed, or something didn't pan out, what you wish for didn't pan out in the middle of the month. And then at the end of the month, you have Ariadne, or the Death card. So there's a transformation in your luck. Could be, I would say it's good luck, There's a transformation in your luck. It could be in a good way, could be in a bad way. Honestly, because of the other cards, it's in a good way. Or this could be the understanding that you have to change what you want for you. This could be just connected with August 2016, Cancer, or you understand that that you have to change what you want for you, change your desires somehow, not just relating to August, but maybe to the rest of the year, or maybe the longer than that. There's a transformation of your wishes at the end of the month, Cancer. And then the 4th column, which is connected with friendship. In the beginning of the month, you have the ravens, or the magician in traditional decks. So maybe you're talking with a friend, and this friend could be a Gemini, for instance, Cancer. And this friend could be, someone who's very funny, a trickster, someone who likes to play pranks, and he or she literally, his words could be literally pearls of wisdom, but you don't see it that way because he is so funny or she is so funny. In whatever he or she says it in such a playful manner that you don't even pay attention to what he or she is saying. And what he or she is saying it has wisdom. So pay attention to what in the beginning of the month one of your friends is telling you. And then in the middle of the month you have the 2 of stones. The Two of Stones is the Two of Pentacles in traditional decks. Maybe you're talking with another person, another friend, and this friend might be a bit on the heavy side. Doesn't matter if it's a woman or a man. And this friend has the ability to be very flexible with his or her finances. Takes a little bit from here to pay there. Has that ability to be flexible in terms of finances. Also, he or she trusts, is flexible, yes, but has stability at the same time, and at the same time trusts that the money will always show up. So you are talking with this person, you are hearing this person, and you both are talking about the finances in your life, and he or she is sharing with you his method or her method. And then at the end of the month, you have the Pilgrim or the Page of Scrolls, which in traditional decks is called the Page of Swords. So you might be getting a message from a friend, again I would say a different friend, and maybe this friend is abroad, or maybe this friend is going to travel abroad, is going to go, I say abroad, but it could be something else. Could be you get a message from a friend, and your friend tells you, I'm going to spend a week at my grandparents' place, and not necessarily abroad, just someone who's going to travel, or it could be someone who is abroad or even in your country but in a different city, and this person sends you a message and tells you, I'm going to be around where you live, at the end of the month, I'm going to be near you, we can meet, something like that. And then in the row connected, the column, connected with love and sex. In the beginning of the month, you have the Lovers. Ooh. So there's a big harmony with your spouse or with your partner. Everything is fine with your spouse or your partner. In the middle of the month, you have the Seven of Stones, which is the Seven of Pentacles in the traditional decks. To me, it says that you feel very much alone and left out. Maybe your partner doesn't have time to be with you for work reasons, for maybe he or she is studying for an important exam in September, something like that, but you feel left out, you feel very much alone, because your partner isn't with you or isn't able to give you the attention that you'd wish that he or she would give you. And then at the end of the month, Cancer, of August 2016, you have the Five of Spirals, or the Five of Wands. So you might be getting in a conflict, in an argument with your partner, with your spouse, with your boyfriend, with your girlfriend, because you felt left out, you felt alone in the middle of the month. So at the end of the month, you're like arguing with him or her. And then, row 6, which is the row connected with plans and goals. You have in the beginning of the month, you have the Five of Stones or the Five of Pentacles. So this is a plan that you set out for yourself in the beginning of the month, but it didn't pan out, and I think it's to do with your finances and your work life, because Stones is Pentacles, Pentacles has to do with money. Let's say that you were in sales, for instance, and you had a certain objective for you during the first 10 days of August. Your objective that you set for yourself was, I will make $500 in sales, for instance, or $500 more than it's normal for me in sales, for instance. And you set that objective and planned for you in the beginning of the month, but it didn't pan out. Maybe you didn't have 500. You didn't gain $500 or pounds or euros or whatever. But you might have won something like, $200 more or $300 more or whatever, or $2,000 more or whatever. So you had a certain plan, a certain objective, a certain goal in the beginning of the month that was not fully completed in terms of finances. But this is not bad, okay? This is not bad, not completely. In the middle of the month, you have Hearn the Hunter, which in traditional decks is the Chariot. So you are setting up in the middle of the month of August, Cancer, you are having new plans. You have a new goal. You are planning something which is really ambitious, really, really ambitious for you. that might, if you accomplish it in a way that you are planning it, might bring you lots and lots of success. Yes, you are like working on a new plan, but it's really ambitious, on a new goal. At the end of the month, you have the Seven of Scrolls, which in traditional decks is called the Seven of Swords, but here it's a different type of energy. This is the little centaur, and he's left out. Maybe he has to choose between the first door, the second door, and he doesn't know how to choose. He should listen to his intuition and to his instincts, because he is half man and half animal. So you cannot be completely logical in setting up your new goals and your new objectives. Okay? Don't use only logic. Don't let your intuition, allow your intuition, your instincts to be part of you setting up this new plan, this new goal, which is really ambitious in the middle of the month, and you kind of completing it at the end of the month. But if you leave instincts and intuition left out, because this little centaur is left out, is not allowed to come in. Either he's like trying to pick door number first door, second door, or he's not allowed to get in. Allow intuition and instincts to play a part on you setting up new goals. Basically, that's the advice that I would say. And then the row 7, which has to do with personal project. In the beginning of the month, you have the Muse, or the Queen of Spirals. The Queen of Spirals is the Queen of Wands in traditional decks. This is a different type of energy. Here, it's more serene and more with more tranquility sort of energy. So you might be dealing with a person who is helping you out in your personal project, maybe giving you advice, for instance. And this personal project might be connected with your work life, with your financial life, and he or she is giving you advice. Could be a woman, not necessarily. It could be someone from a fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. Or you yourself are working on a personal project that has nothing to do with finances, but I would, or professional life. I keep thinking it's professional life, that it is, and you are working on it in a very creative way. Let's say that you set up like an objective for yourself, which was, I will found 10 more clients in the beginning of the month. It doesn't matter if you work for yourself or if you work in a company. I will have 10 more clients. Whatever project that you have for you, personal project that I think is connected with your work life, you are accomplishing it in a very creative sort of way. And then in the middle of the month, you have in your personal project column, you have the Phoenix, or the Judgment card. You've accomplished this personal project, and it will bring you lots and lots of success. Again, if this is connected with your work, with your career, you're feeling bad somehow, but the reality is that this was accomplished with this is bringing you success. Even if you don't recognize it, this is bringing you success. And then at the end of the month, you have Gaia, or the Empress in traditional decks, telling me the same thing. Whatever rewards and success is brought to you by the completion of this personal project, they will carry on not just in the middle of the month, but also at the end of the month. Okay? So overall, I would say this is very successful month for you, Cancer, August 2016. This is a very general reading. If you'd like a private consultation, please send an email to dunyazad@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to work with you. That's it. Bye-bye.